Hey everybody, what's going on? All right, so I'm going to talk to you about my first experience in Dominican Republic and dating a Dominicana. Okay. All right, so my first experience in Dominican Republic was in Santo Domingo Estate. Right. That was with my ex girlfriend Wendy, who moved to Italy for work, which she lived in Italy previous to that. Loved Italy. This was all pre-pandemic, right? So I went to Bellagio, Italy, and Rome, Italy. If you ever get a chance to go to Bellagio, Italy, I highly recommend it. It's absolutely beautiful. It's beautiful there. All right. Rome is Rome. It's a major city, like any other major city, no matter where you go. It's like London or I don't know what it'd be in France, but anyways. But Rome is a major city, so it's horrible traffic. Um, if you do go, I recommend using public transit as opposed to renting a car. Right? I do, however, recommend uh, finding an app. I can't remember the app's name anymore. But when I landed, there was a guy with my name on a sign holding it up, right? So, okay, you're my driver. And he was driving a brand new BMW, right? So I get in the car, I go to my girlfriend's daughter's apartment building, right? Because it was a surprise. I was actually arriving a day before she thought I was going to arrive, right? And I wish I had the technology to include the video in here that her reaction when I walked in the door, right? But I don't, and I don't know how to do that, so I'm not even going to pretend I know how to do that. So, but both trips to Italy were very beautiful, absolutely wonderful, right? And then the pandemic hit. Italy closed their borders. And then, of course, she met an attractive, I guess attractive, Italian man, and we parted ways. Okay, so now I'm getting ready to go to Dominican Republic to see a new girl who is just as beautiful, maybe even a little bit more. But here's the thing, right? Like, Sarita considers herself average and a little bit chubby, right? And I look at her and I'm like, baby, you got hips, you got a small waist, you're not chubby, but she does not consider herself a 10 in Western standards. I'll say it that way, right? She considers herself like a 5 or 6. When me, myself, here by United States, I consider her 8 or 9. I ain't going to say 10 because I don't believe in 10s. I don't believe there are any 10s. There have been very few 10s throughout history, right? Okay, so oh, excuse me. So, anyways, when I went to the Dominican Republic, right? Um, Wendy had a friend who worked at a rental car company. And she said, well, if you send $200 deposit, I'll pick you up at the airport. I said, okay, cool. So I sent the $200 deposit. She showed up with a SUV, a Hyundai SUV Sorento. And we met at the airport, and I didn't have to pay the full amount for the rental right away. Because I told her, I said, because Wendy spoke English, Italian, and Spanish. Right? I said, baby, we got to go pay for the rental. She said, no, we don't have to pay for it today. We can go tomorrow. I said, oh, okay. So, excuse me. We went to her mother's house, which was in the barrio. Drank a couple of beers, you know. It was, how do you say? It was not a luxurious place, but it was livable. It was decent, you know. And I understood what I was going into when I went, right? So I changed clothes there, and then myself, her daughter Melanie, her daughter Patty, her grandson Dwayne, Moni's best friend Claricia, her mom, and her sister Carmen. We went to Boca Chica, right? So we go to Boca Chica, and it's Calle Durante. There's one way up, one way down. Now in the center is a concrete median or island, right? And there were like 7, 8, 9 kitchens in the middle, right? So we stop, we find a parking space, we stop, we park. Right? So we go to the first place, and the guy looks at me and says, oh, no. He says, whoa, hold on. He wanted too much for the fish. Right? Wendy says, oh, no, I'm not paying you that. No, I'm not paying you that. Went to the next place, and the next place, and the next place. The next place, I was kind of hanging back a little bit, you know, and the girl gave her a reasonable price for the fish platter. Now, when I say fish platter, it's like a red snapper this big, fried green plantains, and what I can only describe as a like a coleslaw, cabbage and onions with a vinegar dressing, right? And nothing to brag about. It was okay, but for the amount of fish and fried green plantains, like myself, I love plantain. I prefer them sweet, but I'll take them green, you know. And when they're green and they're fried, they're pretty good, you know. And so we all ate for about, with probably like, I don't know, 7, 8 El Presidente 24-ounce beers for like $65. Okay? So that's why I recommend making friends in Dominican Republic and letting them take you someplace. You know what I'm saying? And then that night, We had reservations at a popular restaurant on the main strip in Santo Domingo, and it ran me $100 USD, but it was worth it because there was more food than me and Wendy could eat, along with 2 bottles of wine. And I said, baby, I'm full. I can't eat no more. She says, I can't neither. I said, okay. So I said, hey, let's box this up. Take it back to the girls. She said, okay. And this is one of the things I respected about Wendy and her daughters, right? I had a room booked at a boutique hotel, which was going to run me around $750. And our daughter asked her one day, why are you going to stay at a hotel when you're not going to be there? Why make him spend all this money to stay at a place you're not going to be at? All right? And Wendy said, no, you're right. You're right. So Wendy said, Richard, why are you going to stay at this hotel? We're not going to be there. So we don't have to stay at the hotel. She's like, no. Melanie said we should stay at the Cabana. It costs less. And the Cabana does cost much less. The difference between $150 a night or $100 a night and $20 a night, yeah, it's pretty sufficient, you know? And so Melanie said, no, stay at Cabana, stay here. So we stayed several nights at a Cabana, several nights at Wendy's apartment. Everything was great. And so I started adding up everything, right? I told Wendy, I said, hey, Wendy, for what we're spending a day on gas, food, and drinks, because I ain't gonna lie, I like to drink. So I get Brugal whenever I go there, which is Dominican rum. I say, hey, honey, why don't we go to a resort? She said, okay. So I booked this room at Walla Boca Chica, which is a resort like 25, 30 minutes away from Santo Domingo Este. And so the day we were getting ready to leave, Wendy comes up to me, she says, baby. I said, yeah. She said, the girls want to come with us. I said, okay. I'm looking at my finances, and I'm like, all right, I can afford that. I said, give me a second. So I went to Orbitz, and I got a room for the girls, and Dwayne, he was small then. He was like, I don't know, 2, 3 years old, right? From what I can remember. He was small then. I said, okay, give me a second. So I went out on her balcony, smoked me a cigarette, drank me some rum, right? Went on Orbitz, found Walla Boca Chica, booked a room for, I think it was $40 a night at an all-inclusive resort. So after I was done with that, I walked back in. I said, Wendy. She said, yeah. I said, tell the girls to pack. Now, granted, our rooms weren't side by side and they were on different levels, right? But I said, hey, tell the girls to pack. She said, are you serious, baby? I said, yeah, I'm serious. She's like, oh, baby, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I was like, not a problem, honey. You know, I would have spent more than that in food and traveling back and forth and everything, and beverages and that, so it was worth it. And here's to what I got to say to all the haters, right? All the haters out there that criticize what we call passport bros, which is supposed to be exclusively to black men, or passport Joes, which is white men. And truth of the matter is, you know what? It's been in existence since World War II. Black men decided to stay in European countries with European women and after the end of World War II because they didn't want to come back to the United States. White men decided the same thing. Now I'm going to stay in Italy, I'm going to stay in France. I'm not going back to the United States. So it's actually nothing new. And the whole passport bros conception, for people who look into it, you need to do your history. You need to understand. Okay? Like me, myself, I saw some very beautiful Saudi Arabian women when I fought in the Gulf War. And if I didn't have an obligation to the United States Marine Corps, I probably would have stayed. Right? But I couldn't go back because of Saudi Arabian laws concerning employment, religious background. I would have had to become a Muslim. And yeah, nah, I wasn't doing that. So I had to come back here to the United States, but hopefully I'll be leaving sooner for greener pastures, as you say, in Dominican Republic with Sareda and Williani, and the land is flat, so hopefully get some quotes on that. I told Sareda, I said, building a house is very expensive, honey. And she told me, no, we build it as we go. So first you lay the foundation, you pay for the foundation and everything. Now in Dominican Republic, they don't have basements, right? So you lay the foundation, the concrete slap down, the size you want it, right? Then you come back, put up the cinder block walls, because they don't do drywall and wood down there because of hurricanes. So you put up cinder block walls. So then you build the cinder block walls, stuff like that I've learned, But Sareda doesn't ask me for much at all. Her and Williani share a one-bedroom apartment, right? Which costs $156 a month, right? And like I talked to some family members, they're like, $156 a month? You use that towards your bills. I'm like, really? I can fucking drink more than fucking $156 in a week. And it's going to help her for a fucking month, And then she'll tell me from time to time, baby, I need my phone recharged. Okay. Unlike here in the United States, down there, they have to pay for data. They don't get unlimited data, right? So I'm like, okay, baby, done, taken care of, you know, and um, so I pay for her data, and she's good for like 2 weeks, you know, so I don't have to worry about not being able to be in contact with her for 2 weeks because it cost me $15. I mean, fuck me stopping a Quick Trip for a breakfast sandwich, a pack of cigarettes, and a soda is going to cost me damn near $15. So, but anyways, whenever you dating a Dominican woman, yeah, be expected. Be expected. She's going to ask you for some money. She's going to ask you to do some things. But make sure they're not extravagant things. Make sure that every week there's not a medical emergency for a family member. Make sure every week there's not, oh, well, I need this. I need $300, Poppy. $300 for what? I already paid your rent. Plus, I gave you money for food. What else do you need? Oh, no, I want to buy this, or I want to buy that. Yeah, that's what they call chapeadora. Gold digger. Don't fall for that. Please don't fall for that. If you get in contact with a girl online or in WhatsApp or whatever, and every week she's asking for more. She is a chapeadora. Because there have been times I tested Sarita. She said, "Baby, I need this. I need that." I said, "Okay. Let me see if I can borrow the money." You know what her response is? No. No, Poppy. No. I don't want you to borrow money. I say, "Oh, okay. All right." And then I'll send her the money without borrowing. Because she has proven to me that she's not a chapeadora. Alright, so anyways, this is going on a little bit long. And I know that no one's really going to watch it. Oh, let me show y'all. That's my most recent painting. It's not complete yet. Thinking of some ideas for it, for like a bar setting and everything. So, but anyways, all right, peace out. Merry Christmas. Feliz Navidad. Have a good one.